Act.
Oh, you guys want to talk about Granite?
I want to know about this, so let's talk about this. What the heck? What is this?
Okay. Oh man. Okay. So, for any of you who want to read this, go over to my X account, Lunduke Journal, and just search for Granite Act. But this is a law in the United States that was originally drafted up, like a draft of it was created by the lawyer for 4chan and Kiwi Farms, and who I've had on my show just a week or two ago. And the act basically does this. It's in reference to all the attempts coming out of the United Kingdom to censor Americans, because the United Kingdom, their Office of Communications has been threatening to censor 4chan and Kiwi Farms and all of these other American forums and servers and whatnot, and trying to say, we will fine you Americans with your stupid First Amendment because we're the UK and the king has power. That's what the UK tries to push. And so the problem is that the United Kingdom and other countries are starting to see some success with getting large companies to bend over when they're getting these sorts of threats. And if that's happening, that's going to make it really hard for everyone to fight against this sort of foreign censorship. So the Granite Act stands for, what does it stand for? Bring that back up. The Granite Act
rights against novel international tyranny, extortion.
Yes, against tyranny and extortion. I love that because it's a very American sounding name. Anyway, so the idea is this. If you're an American citizen, specifically the first state that is proposing this to go up for vote is Wyoming. So let's say you're in Wyoming and the United Kingdom comes to Blabs and says, hey, Blabs, we saw that some people at blabsforum.net were saying some things we don't like. You have to pay us a fine of $20,000 and prove to us how you're keeping minors off the site or something like that, right? And they come to you and they try to censor you. And the things that you were having on your site are constitutionally protected in the USA under the First Amendment and whatnot. You would now have, under the Granite Act, a legal framework for taking the United Kingdom government to court in your jurisdiction. So in your local county court right there in Wyoming, under United States law, without United Kingdom law entering into it. And if they were found guilty of violating the Granite Act, basically meaning that they were attempting to fine, punish, or threaten any American citizen or American organization running a server in the USA for publishing constitutionally protected speech, if they were found guilty of doing that, you would then be able to seek damages against them. And here's where it gets really, really important and specific. Those damages would be in the USA. And this is where this really changes things, because it means that this would have actual teeth, because all of these countries, every country on earth, has huge amounts of financial holdings in the USA, in US banks, financial institutions, and investment firms. I mean, we're talking billions and billions of dollars from the UK are held in US banks. That money, you would now be able to get a court order to get them to pay a $10 million fine. It's like $10 million per instance of them threatening you. So if they sent you 10 threatening letters, it's 10 times 10 million. And you would be able to get that in a U.S. court against a U.S. bank, and it would never involve the United Kingdom at all. I mean, they could send their lawyers over here to try and argue against it, but it would be entirely based on U.S. law. And this is to be the first of its kind, because up until now, there are protections in place that make it essentially fundamentally impossible for you to sue a foreign government agency. So, but this would change that, because a foreign government agency would be attempting to circumvent the United States Constitution. And so therefore, it basically reneges their rights and their protections therein. And so you could sue them in the USA. Huge. The ramifications for this could be absolutely astronomical and extreme, because we're talking, like, let's say Facebook or X. Let's say X. The United Kingdom hates the stuff that gets posted on X, right?
Yep.
Every single instance of them sending a letter to Elon and company saying, you have to take down this stuff that's posted to your American servers. X could turn around and go, okay, great. Well, we'll add that to the list of things we're suing you over. And now we have, 55,000 instances of you trying to coerce or intimidate or fine X based on UK laws. But we're going to fine you in the state of Wyoming if we happen to have an office there. And we're going to then levy you against your holdings that are in the United States, which could be upwards of billions and billions of dollars. So this literally could decimate the foreign censorship apparatuses that are springing up in the UK and other countries, that at least as far as that they're directed against Americans. People in the UK are still screwed, but it would stop them from attempting to silence American citizens, American organizations, or servers located in American jurisdictions where the Granite Act was passed. It's huge.
That actually is really interesting. I'm glad I asked you, because now
I'm really glad you did too.
Well,
this is massive.
It involves a lot of tech stuff and the internet. So the more informed we are, the better.
I mean, this is going to have really massive implications. It's still, it remains to be seen whether or not it's going to pass. However, I do have birdies chirping in my ear about it. And there are other states that are going to be proposing this as well. And there are also federal Congress people that are looking at it as well.
Who are your little birdies?
I have birdies. The Lunduk Journal has birdies. That's what we do. We get the birdies.
Good for you.
So thank you. I like birdies also.
And it doesn't mean the Twitter birds.
Sometimes the Twitter birds are nice, but yeah. So this is potentially huge. I mean, this would mean that the UK government could not censor side scrollers when I come on the show and say CIA niggers.
Please get that.
To quote the late Terry Davis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like I need to build a tally for every time Lunduk is on. He just starts saying those words. Like,
do we need like a quarter jar or something?
Yeah. My brother is black, and he, on behalf of
this
him,
is true.
I give the show full.
So let me tell you guys a little story. Okay. I have what is known as a hood pass.
Oh, I do too. Flawed gave me the N-word pass. So
I got one of those as well. It's official. Yeah. I actually do have it written on a little card. So I was
walk around with it.
I did for a while actually. That's not a joke. So I was a director of engineering for a startup company that was based out of Chicago, and the startup company had maybe 20 employees. I was the only white guy. Right? I was the only white person. And the rest of the company was all black. It started in a black neighborhood with a family who was black, and so they were black. They hired a director of engineering from out on the West Coast to help them engineer their stuff, and I was the white guy. And they loved taking me to meetings because we'd go to meetings with things, and then they could have a token white guy. And so I flew into Chicago for meetings that we were holding with like the deputy mayor of Chicago and all these big fancy meetings. And as I fly in, they thought it would be hilarious to take this scrawny, nerdy white boy from Seattle to the hood. So they took me to a house party on the south side of Chicago. They thought that was hilarious. They got one of their friends who was a police officer to have an off-duty police escort just to make me more nervous. They took me to the projects where Good Times was filmed, just to go out and walk around in the middle of the night in the projects where Good Times was filmed. And they tried to do everything they could to freak me the heck out. And just because it was funny. They had a great time with it. But when they were done, they're like, look, man, you get a hood pass. And they presented me with a little card that had my name on it and said I had a hood pass. Wow. So now I'm allowed to say all sorts of words, my niggers, and it's totally allowed.
I have the pass. Dave, thank you. I just want to say, Flawed, if you're ever watching this, I want my little card, dude. You
don't have an actual card?
I don't. He gave me the pass 3 years ago, and I have yet to have it physical.
Your friend needs to give you the card because the card is the important part.
It is.
Get it laminated.
Yeah, or
That's-
I'll ask Phoenix's brother. Be like, yo,
mine's. I stopped carrying mine in my wallet because it started getting a little wrinkled and ripped up, and I don't want to lose my hood pass because I feel like I'm not going to get another one, so I took it out.
Just laminate it and put it back in.
But I'm lazy, and so I fundamentally
have it. Top loader.
I put it in a folder. I've got it. Should I ever need to prove my hood pass credentials?
You know what you need to do? You need to get a new wallet with a chain on it and then put it back in the chain wallet.
Absolutely.
And yes, goodbye, YouTube. This is true. I think he said the N-word like 4 or 5 times now.
Is that not allowed?
No.
Is that like a rule?
I should check the analytics. Let's see if it says you have a healthy stream or not. Let's see, analytics. Does it say we're healthy? Stream health. Stream is healthy, so I guess we're fine.
All right. I'd like to think that I helped with that.
Yeah.
Hey, YouTube suggested that you should watch this video too, so you should probably do it.